what I expected from you.
It's time to take the weapons from God himself and use them till they waste on the foes ahead of you. In God Hand. God Hand is an action beat-em-up developed by Clover Studio and published by Capcom for the PlayStation 2 on October 10th, 2006 for the States, and everywhere else in 2007. A fun fact, but this game was directed by Resident Evil designer Shinji Mikami, and it's been released on the PlayStation 3 for the PlayStation Network in 2011. This game was covered by request of Ragnar Derp, and it looks like he wants us to throw down and see where we stack up, so let's show him what we're made of with the legendary God Hands. In God Hand, you play the role of Gene, as he and his companion Olivia get caught up with a group of demons known as the Four Devas, trying to resurrect the Demon King Angra for world domination. God Hand will run you about 18 hours, which I think is really fair for a beat-em-up style game like this that has an interesting story and lots of stuff to collect and do. God Hand's story is unique, interesting, and well done in my opinion, but how do the graphics fare, I wonder? The graphics for God Hand are decent for the PlayStation 2 era of gaming, but sometimes feel a bit lacking when it comes to how some backgrounds look. There are some I like, but for the most part the game world feels a bit empty at times. The designs for the enemies are decent though, and I like the design for the demon that appears whenever you kill certain enemies as well. Gene and Olivia look great, and I really enjoy their simplistic design that it isn't over the top despite how the game as a whole is. God Hand is pretty basic when it comes to its visuals, but it still has moments where I think we can all agree that it takes a step in the right direction, art-wise. The music for God Hand is pretty catchy and actiony, and really helps keep me in that mood for punching some faces in. It also sounds pretty campy with some tracks that just feel like I should be letting loose and having as much fun as possible. The boss themes in this game also really switch it up and just make the experience that much more enjoyable for me.
Great!
Quickly good!
Truly, the music of God Hand is one of a kind and very unique for me to experience in all of my time doing UnderRadar. While the music is unique and all over the place, the voice acting is pretty okay in comparison. The characters sound okay, but nothing really wowed me or impressed me. This isn't a bad thing though, especially when there are games out there that have terrible voice acting. But I just wish there was a little bit more oomph for me to really enjoy.
Call me the Devil Hand.
I don't care what you call yourself. I don't trust dirty humans.
Your kind is so incredibly stubborn.
Either way you slice it, God Hand really delivers on a great soundtrack, even if the voice acting is only just decent. The gameplay for God Hand feels like a slow but steady action beat 'em up. You go through stages and beat on enemies with your combos and action stylings, and move on to the next batch of enemies nearby until you reach your destination and move on to the next area. While you do this, you can come across food and other items to pick up, even some being cards that come with new moves to use. Oh yes, in this game you can collect moves that you can switch out with other moves to create some interesting combos to better fit your playstyle. You can even head to the shop to buy moves if you aren't finding them during your travels. While you're at the shop, why not head to the practice arena and try out those moves? They even let you test out moves you haven't purchased yet, so you can better plan out what moves you want to save up for and the like. What's awesome about the shop and practice arena is that it's all within a walking distance of each other in this rest area you can go in between stages. Which reminds me, there's also a casino in this same area, which is fitting in a place where you can relax and let loose. You can play games like blackjack, poker, slots, and even chihuahua racing. A little bit of rest and relaxation while you're on your journey, so give it a go and try and play responsibly. After all that relaxation and getting back to battle, I'd like to end this on a strong note. So let's talk about the super moves you have in this game known as the God Reel and the Tension Release. As you pummel your enemies into a pulp, your tension gauge fills up. You can also evade attacks and taunt to get it filled up as well. Once it's full, you'll be able to unleash the God Hand and become invincible for a short period of time. During this period, your attacks increase in power and in speed as you demolish your foes in quick succession. After something unleashing that powerful, maybe you'd want to also take advantage and use the God Reel for a nice finishing move. By using the God Reel, you'll activate a roulette of special moves to use with a short timer displayed, so be quick on your feet and pick a move that will dazzle you and obliterate your enemies. Be careful though, as each move uses 1 to 3 roulette orbs, so use your finisher sparingly and try to think ahead before blindly attacking. You can increase the orbs by finding a skull card in the stage, but maybe consider playing it safe and just kicking butt while you can. God Hand offers some fun and unique gameplay and customization to give you more fun in your combat. God Hand may be somewhat of a cult classic, but it's still an underrated game that deserves more love, more attention, and definitely a remake or a sequel or something so people can enjoy this game nowadays. Thank you guys for another fantastic episode of UnderRadar, and I'll see you on the next one.